Alright then guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. This is probably my first video on this channel, so I hope you guys stick through it. This video was probably not gonna be scripted just because at the time of recording, this is just my thoughts on the current series that I'm gonna talk about, and it's just my thoughts that I've been wanting to get out of my head just because there's so much going on in this manga and this series, and all I can say is I love it. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So today we are going to be talking about Blue Box, or Ao no Hako, as its kanji name. And I'm just gonna say it has basketball, it has badminton, which honestly I love badminton probably a bit more than basketball just because I was always a bit better at badminton than basketball. But aside from that, I think I want to say that is definitely secondary to what the main story is, which is definitely a romance. It's by far a romance, and I believe it is on the shonen. It's like shonen just because of the sporting part of it, the sports. But without a doubt, it's a romance through and through. It's a romance, and it's so it's a painful romance. It is a hurtful romance. There's so much feelings going on. There's love triangles. There's just all these people coming in, and I was gonna say it's painful. I During these last couple days, I have not caught up to it. I believe there's 160 plus chapters. I'm currently sitting around 120 if I remember correctly, and I gotta say, I mean, I probably could have read to catch up and then done this, but I just gotta get this out because I don't know what's to come. There's a new arc is starting, and these last couple arcs, they've been crazy. So yeah, spoilers, just a few spoilers. I just gotta say, it's probably honestly one of the most down to earth for the like conversation wise and just character wise. It's pretty realistic. I like to say I've never been in a relationship for the most part, so I can't say, but I think I'm old enough to know, have a kind of decent idea of what reality is, and this story has a really pretty down to earth reality wise, like conversation wise, character development wise. There is a few things here and there, cliches, of course, it has to have cliches to keep the reader entertained. So there's that. But other than that, it's really a beautiful story. The romance between Taiki and Chinatsu, it's cute. Definitely at the start, it's a slow burn between them. Although there's signs here, signs there, little things, little hints. It doesn't really develop until maybe like halfway through, like chapter 50 and above. That's when we really start to see a lot more. But that's them. Huge confession around chapter 100. Like I said, spoilers. And honestly, I gotta say it's definitely one of my favorite spoiler, not my favorite, one of my favorite confessions ever. It's so beautiful. It's so like determining. And it's like, God, it happened. I'm just like, I clapped my hands. I said, yeah. I probably even shed a tear just because I was waiting for that moment. So I was so hyped for it. Hina, that's another girl. She's the one who's been getting hurt the most, but in a way, it sucks, but the story, it's kind of understandable. Her situation and Taiki's situation and Chinatu's situation. It's just a bummer that she's in the middle of this relationship, this love between this. I don't even know how to say it. Just between Taiki and Chinatu, she just got the wrong end of the stick, bro. That's all I can say. A lot of the characters, like the other supporting characters on Taiki's badminton squad, their group, they're really cool. They help emphasize a lot. They give out like these analogies, Batman wise, or just just advice, like in the sport wise. But they are like at the same time they reflect into like Taiki's character growth. What he's going through. They kind of just it shines both ways, if that makes sense. Like they'll say something like, I can't even remember, but they will say stuff, advice and stuff, and it's like it reflects on like what's going on in his like romance life, his personal life. So there's that. New Those were like the early arcs. I do still love the sport, like the badminton. When they get into the badminton and the basketball, it's there. You love to see it. You love to see it because they actually I feel like there's been pretty decent explanation of how it goes. I mean, basketball is pretty generalized. You should know kind of most general idea of what goes on. Badminton, okay, it's similar too. There's not a lot of like huge info dumps on the sport, but it does a good just showing of what the sport is and how important it is. Because even though it is like a secondary, it kind of also works as a primary objective, like what carries the story, because they are working towards getting to nationals. It's that's basically what the story starts with. Practicing, working hard to go to nationals because that's super important for them. But the romance comes in. I feel like the romance does take over so much, but it's it's a gorgeous story. I'm not gonna lie. I've definitely lost a couple hours of sleep over this just because I sit down, I start reading, I read, and then next thing you know, it's midnight. I gotta wake up in 4 or 5 hours for work. But it's been worth it. I'm not gonna lie. Now that to where I got these last couple days, it's been worth it. It's been worth it. I couldn't I started watching the anime because if it got released this year, this fall 2024 season, and I'm not gonna lie, I watched the first episode, I liked it. Second episode, I liked it. Third episode, I was hooked. I was hooked just like that. I couldn't wait. They left me with a huge ass cliffhanger. Oh, you don't understand how pissed I was. I was so upset. I couldn't wait a week. So thankfully, Manga Plus, that's one of the apps I use that officially license it, I believe. And they had it. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna read it. I read it from start. I've got to I think, like I said, chapter 120, and it's been a great time. I've truly enjoyed it. I'm just, geez, the anime's gonna have 24 episodes, so I'm not waiting for that. I'm not waiting for that. And 24 episodes will still not be enough. If they do a pretty decent adaptation, that should cover about 50 to 60 chapters, around like 60 to 70 chapters maybe. And the freaking confession does happen to chapter like 101, between 99 and 104. That's when it happens. For the love of God, I hope we get 24 episodes, decently adapted, no rush, because it's a gorgeous story, and we get a season 2 like almost confirmed. Because oh my God, dude, it's been a gorgeous story, and I don't know what else to say, man. It's just a gorgeous story, and I think that's all about. That's pretty much what I gotta say. If you are watching it, what are your thoughts? What are before I even leave, I just gotta say, I'm a, like, such a huge junkie for like this type of romance, like Horimi. That's pretty much it. Like when it comes to like romance, I like I really enjoy Horimi as well, and I've read that pretty well. Oh, the Sanko gal, Hokkaido girls are beautiful. If I remember, are super adorable. There we go. Oh my, I gotta make a video on that too because I loved it. But that has such a beautiful ending and such a, oh my God, I gotta make another video on that. But for now, those are all my thoughts right now on Blue Box. I love it. Go watch it. I believe it's on Netflix, or you can sell the 7Cs, however you feel like it is. Netflix is super fucking expensive, but it's a gorgeous story. I recommend it. Please read it. If you can't, it's also support the anime, but read it, because oh man, you're just gonna be left for wanting for more. But aside from that, that's all I got, and I'll definitely catch you later. Peace out.